Father Kowarski, Father Kelly, Reverend Fathers, Bishop DeGrood, any other honored guests, and my dear brothers. It's my great joy to share with you tonight some of the ways in which Father Anthony Klein, a priest of the Diocese of Sioux Falls, has impacted my life. When I was first starting seminary 3 years ago, Father Klein was beginning his first assignment as parochial vicar at my parish, Holy Spirit in Sioux Falls. That year, I was learning how to serve. And at the biggest liturgy of the year, Easter Vigil, I was serving at my home parish. So I was very nervous. At the time preparing for the Easter Vigil, Father Klein had made a pamphlet probably this thick, maybe half an inch thick, of all of the things that were needed to prepare for the Easter Vigil liturgy. In particular, what the servers needed to do. I was very nervous about this, and I told Father Klein that I was afraid of messing up. And I asked him why he went through so much work to make preparations for the liturgy. And he answered very simply, very humbly, "I just want to do what Mother Church asks." While I was really concerned with looking okay on the altar, Father Klein was very simply wanting to give all he could in love of Mother Church, paying attention to what she asked, carrying that out humbly, obediently, in trust that that was best. Another time when I was visiting my home parish, that spring, I was able to go on classroom visits with Father Klein. And I asked him in the meantime if he knew of any young seminarians or young men who would make good seminarians. And to my surprise, he responded, yes, maybe 10 or 15. And then he added, but most of them are only second graders. And while it was a funny comment, it really showed me that Father Klein took a great joy in cultivating vocation, in trying to notice in young men and in their families those signs of a priestly vocation, and trying to not only pray for those young men and for their parents, for their families, but also to help draw that vocation out of them. And I know that this is so much true that Bishop DeGrood actually created a position for Father Klein in the Diocese of Sioux Falls Vocations Office. He's the vocations advocate. And that's really just putting a title to what Father Klein does so naturally. Another thing that Father Klein loves is playing sports, especially soccer and basketball. And so you can imagine that someone might see a priest like that and maybe start to call them the soccer priest or the basketball priest. And in one conversation that I had with Father Klein, he was really saddened by those titles because, as he told me, he didn't want to be the basketball priest or the soccer priest. He simply wanted to be a priest of Jesus Christ. He wanted people to see not a priest who loves basketball, but he wanted people to see Christ in him, first and foremost, because he has such a reverence for the priesthood. For these ways, and for all those ways that Father Klein has impacted my life, shown me the beauty, the simplicity, the humility, the joy of the priesthood, I'm very grateful. Praise be Jesus Christ.
Now and forever.